Okay, and we are recording. Josh McDonald, you are welcome. How are you?
All good, thank you, buddy.
Brilliant. Now, Josh, we've just been chatting before we hit the record button, and it is 103 days. We worked it out since you've began this new chapter in your life, this sober chapter in your life. Firstly, congratulations, and secondly, how does that feel when you hear that 103 days?
Yeah, no, it's a great thing, really. It's achievable. I think you don't think you can achieve it until you start doing it.
Yeah.
And I think, realizing the benefits that have come from it are massive when, you get caught up in your own little bubble where you can't see past, you don't see what positive and options are available to you, I guess.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, and already you're alluding to the fact of all the other side benefits. Because one thing I want to delve into in this conversation. So we did a 60-day program. That's the one that we done, and you've just cracked on beyond that. So I definitely want to delve into that as to why you decided to not just stop at 60 days, why you wanted to continue it, and hear all about the benefits, because that's one thing I love other people to be able to hear, and it's not just me banging this drum. Let's go back, Josh. Talk to us. What made you come up with this reason? Why did you turn around and go, you know what, I might take a break from alcohol?
I guess for me it was to do with being in a position where you're the best version of yourself. I think it's easy to allow yourself to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of, I guess you call it the drinking culture, which then reflects on you not being the best version of yourself, B, seeing a lack of commitment to things, and overall just not being someone that people could rely on, and nothing to it was impacting professional life, personal life, and I think it's important to. It was a time. The time was ready to make that decision to kind of enough is enough, and just bring on the change, I guess.
Yeah, and there's so many little nuggets in there that you've unpicked already. Josh, when you say to bring your best version, I know what that means. What do you mean by that? What does it mean to you, like, to bring your best version to the table?
I think for everyone it's going to be something slightly different, but for me it's just about being present. I'm looking to starting up a business. You can't do that if you're not at 100% capacity. There's two children at home, my partner that are relying on me, and if you're not there and you are doing things that you shouldn't be doing, or you're coming back later than you said you will, or instead of going for a day out with the children, you're like, yes, to stick on a movie because you're too tired from the night before. There's a lot of negatives around what was happening, I guess. But I think it's important to reflect that your actions impact more people than just yourself. Once you realize that, everything becomes a little bit clearer.
Yeah, it's so interesting, isn't it, what you said there, like your actions. And this is the thing, you don't give up alcohol for other people, because we've talked about that when we were doing our sessions. If you're doing it for other people, you can kind of soon find a reason to maybe not do it. You're doing it for yourself because you want to be your best version. However, the impact can be fantastic. And we talked about this, the ripple effect, and the ripple effect can be negative, it can be positive. And tell me then, what was the positive ripple effect that kind of came out of your life? You talked about being at home, sticking a movie on, wanting to have a couch day, that kind of a way. You end up feeling rubbish, don't you, after that?
Yeah, no, of course. And I think, it's to do with business. It's got better. You start making better decisions, which, then makes things less stressful. Then you at home, you're naturally in a better mindset. You know, you're more present at home, you know, so you actually go and do things at the weekend, you arrange activities, you know, you just have a significant amount more energy. And, you know, for me, it's just, you know, the knock on, there's been so many positives, you know, but going back to the gym 4 times a week, which, you know, in itself is great for, you know, for your mindset and your, you know, your health. And I think, you know, it's just, if you're the best version of yourself, it only is going to benefit everyone it's only going to benefit yourself and anyone within your circle. So I think, you know, there's only been positives, to be honest.
Talk to me about this word energy, having more energy, just being available to get more stuff done. Explain that. Why does that happen? Why did you notice an increase in just being able to get stuff done, essentially?
I think I got it from having more time and having a bit more. You get this energy from having more structure.
Yeah.
So, you know, instead of waking up at 8:30, 9 and just easing into your day, and before you know it, it's 2 o'clock and you haven't really done anything.
Yeah.
You know, it was getting the structure back to a good place, where getting up at 6, doing what I needed to do, getting to the gym, ready to, you know, get the kids to school, start work. It's 9 o'clock. You've already been up 2-3 hours, and you've already built up that momentum, that energy to kind of get you through the day. Where you know, you don't have that structure, your day just kind of passes and you don't really know where it's gone.
Tell me, what's a normal day for you now then, Josh? Like, just lay me out what a normal working day is, compared to maybe where you were previously. What time's your alarm going off at?
So I'm looking, it doesn't always happen. It might just give or take half an hour, depending on the situation. But yeah, tend to get up around 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Go downstairs, make a cup of tea, do some work, sort some emails out, get a bit of prep for the day.
Yeah.
Then get the kids ready for school. Then head to the gym, and then look to start work around 9 o'clock.
Class. So you're already ahead of the game from 9 o'clock. And if I remember right, when we started working, your day was pretty much only starting around 9 a.m.
It was starting, and yeah, it was starting around 9, and then you're just kind of easing into your day.
So you've exercised, you've spent time with your kids, albeit getting kids ready is not always an unstressful time. I get that.
It's not always fun.
No, but you're available.
Yeah.
You're there.
That's the key thing, is being available, I think.
Exactly. So you've done the important things for work that need to be done, those kind of core tasks. You've exercised. You've had a bit of kind of alone time, whether that was to gather your thoughts or to practice some journaling. Then you've got your kids, and then it's like you're getting 2 days' work in one day.
Yeah, it definitely sets you up to have a better day. And I was actually speaking to my partner about this 3 days ago. I woke up, I wasn't feeling great, so I didn't wake up till about 7:30, 8. I just wasn't feeling great.
Yeah.
And then actually it took me ages to get into the day.
Yeah.
Because the structure was broken, and it just takes a lot longer to get into your day, and you still feel sluggish for the rest of that day.
Yeah.
But actually getting up, starting your day right, actually brings that energy. So you can definitely see the difference.
So here's the question. Why could you not have just done that when you were drinking? Why could you not just get up at 6 a.m. anyway when you're drinking and try and do that day that you do now?
I think it's not fully impacted on the drink. I think, if it does tire you, your body naturally is more tired.
Yeah.
But I think it impacts. It's the things like when I was drinking, I was probably had a bad sleeping pattern.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to the gym.
Yeah.
I kind of was in a negative mindset, not eating as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just not being probably as happy and productive as I am now. So once, if you are in that more positive, forward thinking, upbeat mindset, the rest, your days are exciting, where before it was kind of, all right, here we go again.
I so know exactly what you're talking about, and this is if there's one message to come out of this, then it's that it's when you're drinking, it's like there's a veil over you. I describe it like having a veil, like you're walking around, and there's loads of people that are living their lives, and they're not doing anything wrong. They're not failures. They're probably living good lives, being parents and partners and workers, bosses, employers, whatever it is. But it's only when you unlift the veil, stop the alcohol, bring it out of your life. It's like your eyes open, you can see the world differently. And that positive mindset you talked about, how big a thing is that, having a different mindset on your outworld, on the world that you're looking out on?
Yeah, 100%. And I think, it's before you're just letting life pass you by, where now I think you're actually in the moment and embracing everything that's around you.
I love it. So you are a business owner.
Yes.
Good partner, stepfather to 2 lovely children.
Yeah.
How do you manage it all? How do you get it all done? How do you be there as well? You're also a Tottenham fan. That's going to take a lot of patience as well.
That's probably the hardest part, to be honest.
Is that part of your reasoning when you've actually now seen how successful you are in different aspects of your life? Is that part of your reason to not go back and to not just drink again after 60 days?
Yeah, I think that's exactly right, and how it's positively impacted all of them areas that you've said. It's kind of, there's no reason to go back in theory.
Yeah.
You've seen that there's been so many positives that have impacted, the children, my partner, business, the family and friends, that actually, life is good. So why kind of revert back to the days that you used to live in, really?
It kind of scares me in one way to think, what would happen if alcohol came back into my life, for example?
Yeah.
I'm like, so much would start to unravel for me. Like maybe it's a bit like when people retire, like they look back and go, God, I don't know how I had time to work a full-time job. For me, I don't know how alcohol could come back into my life. There's the monetary aspect, so you're spending money on it. There's the lost time, the feeling crap afterwards, the hangovers, the shame, the regret. I don't know where I'd bear to bring it back into my life. It just doesn't have it doesn't have a place anymore.
No, I agree, and I think and it's one of them. Everyone's slightly different. People need a reset and could go back to having a healthier relationship.
Yeah.
There's others, that reflect and think, actually, life's why do it? There's no real, it's about what your why is, I guess, and there's no reason.
Yeah.
When you label off all the positives, why revert back to something that was bringing you lots of negatives without the positives? So
that's all I invite people to do. Take a 30-day break, maybe 60-day break. Just take that break. And January's a great time, isn't it? Because I know it is only another month in the year. Yeah. However, it does have a bit of a significant time, because there is potentially some people that will probably be thinking about it now. What would you say to someone, Josh, who might be like, do you know what? I might give it a break. I might even do dry January. What would you say to them if they were thinking about it?
I think it's just, what have you got to lose, really? You can obviously, as we've already discussed, you could highlight so many positives.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably harder. I've always been quite a social, outgoing person.
Yeah.
So I think for more people, and like myself, it's probably harder, because you think you'll lose that social aspect.
Yeah.
And I think initially, to get you to that better place, you will. But then once you're in that better place, I think you as I have, you'll find a way to get back involved. Just in a more positive, happier way. So I think it's, whilst everyone's slightly different. I think it's a no-brainer not to give it a go and to see what positives can happen.
Yeah. Now, I commented on how well you were looking, because I've not seen you in a few weeks, and I don't say that to butter you up or anything, but just tell us, what have the actual physical changes been? Because I'm always going on about this, because it's always nice, I think, when you do have those physical changes, when those positive things happen, because you start to really realize, actually, maybe alcohol was causing me, some negatives physically. What were the positives that you've noticed?
I think it's probably just from the gym, just exercising.
Yeah.
And I think definitely lost a bit of weight.
Yeah.
I think eating better.
Yeah.
But just naturally, I think when you're in a better place,
Yeah.
you have a different posture. You have a different.
Yeah.
Your face is happier. You have it. You're not
Confident,
so stressed.
isn't it?
Your body will be something else.
Yeah, I think that's so true. And I think people see that, whether that's in business, in life, being a parent, just meeting other people, you come across confident, you come across happy. You're not just pissed off at the world. You're not saying, God, it's raining, it's crap, it's this, you're just buzzing, Doesn't mean that things won't happen in your life. It honestly, it really, really is. So here's the thing. We've done 103 days. What does the kind of the near future look like for you? What would you like it to look like, and what's your plan? People will want to know.
To just continue with what's been happening, keep up the structure, keep going to the gym, keep being present, enjoying the moments instead of just letting them go past, really. And I think keep building the business. We've got a plan now, and I think there's just keep living your life whilst you're in the moment, and not just let it pass you by, because it's quite easy to do that.
As a business owner, how has giving up alcohol helped you?
Yeah, massively. I think whilst business still isn't thriving as much as I would like, but I think a lot of it's your thought process. You think about you open up your mind more to what could we do differently, what went well. You're not drinking now. You have that day structure, so actually you're present for the full day, not 2 hours here, an hour there.
Yeah.
You can give your full attention to business, and I think once you can give your full attention to it, and turning up every day, being the best person you can be that day, is only going to mean the business takes forward steps. Other than you go out on a Saturday night, you won't be yourself until probably Wednesday, and then before you know it, it's Friday, and that's another week gone, and you haven't achieved much. So
true. I work with so many people in the recruitment industry, and recruitment is about being proactive, about making those relationships, about getting those CVs across or getting those roles in, and get you've got to be having stuff in the pipeline, on the books going. If you have 3 days off, that downstream, that is going to cost you financially.
Yeah, for sure. And I think there's been, not necessarily from drinking, but there's been poor business decisions this year already that have cost a significant amount of money. So whilst but I think if I was more clear-minded and in a better space and had a clearer vision, maybe them decisions wouldn't have been made. And obviously with my colleague now, he deserves to have the best person possible to be running the business, because he's relying on you to drive his career equally. So I think you gotta look at it from a non-selfish aspect, and I think that's in business and in life together.
I love it. And you know what? That is an absolutely perfect way to hold and to end on that note. Josh McDonald, you've been fantastic. Thank you so much for doing this. But I genuinely mean this when I say this. I'm really, really proud of you, and I'm so happy that we were able to do this. To say that you've been successful would be an understatement, and you're creating a new pathway in your life, and that is what gives me such a buzz from doing the work that we can do.
Thank you very much. It was awesome.
Thank you so much.